and gentlemen, I want to welcome you here to Distinct Broadcast Network. Again, it is here where we embrace, equip, and empower the people of God through the Word of God. Listen, I am super excited about tonight's broadcast because I have not only a support person of mine, I have my rock, my buddy, my pal, my friend, my prayer partner, my prayer warrior, and a very strong disciplinarian here on the set with me, as well as another major icon in the city of Hallandale. Listen, we have a lot of information to get out to you, to all of the residents in the city of Hallandale Beach, and I want to go ahead and get right into it. So I'm asking that you please stay tuned with us right now, but I'm going to give these ladies a chance and an opportunity to introduce to you who they are.
Good evening. How are you?
How you doing?
It's wonderful to be here. I'm so proud of what you're doing with this Distinct Talk Radio and Distinct Broadcasts, and your whole network. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
Of course, my name is Cunia Gordon. I am a longtime resident. I've been born, reared in right here in Hallandale. I'm a proud graduate, as you can see.
That's right.
I'm a proud graduate of Hallandale High, class of '78. We just celebrated our 40 years, and it's just really amazing how time goes by.
Yes, it is.
I'm also a graduate of Florida A&M University, and also just got my master's from the University of Phoenix. And so
wow.
I say that because I am striking like a rattler, and I'm rising like a phoenix to serve my community.
And that's a great thing.
And serving is really in my heart. I'm also a charter member for SBAC of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and I'm recently got a new title as the membership chair for the Civic Association.
Oh wow.
And so that's why we're here today, is to just kind of get people out and to make sure that they know what we're doing. And I'm just going to go ahead and let Ms. Stoner kind of introduce herself, but we're going to come back
and
talk
no
a little
problem.
bit about
Listen, as I said before, we have a lot of information, so trust me, after she introduces herself, I want to go ahead and dive right on in it. Ms. Stoner.
Hi, my name is Gloria Stoner. I'm a resident of Hallandale Beach, Florida. I came here in 1948.
Wow.
And I've been here over 70-some years now. And I graduated from Adams High School. I played a lot of sports and everything. And I was the 10th grade queen of Adams, that year. And I was in the yearbook. We had our yearbook, and I was the best dressed that year. Coming up, it was class of '58, honey, and we won state championships from Adams, honey. That was a marvelous thing there. Back in the days, I'm telling you, our principal was very strict, Mr. Roundtree, very good, strict teacher, principal, and everything.
Okay.
So I'm just here to come in and give a little brief information about the Community Civic Association and everything, and hope I'll be able to do something extraordinary to make this this coming year a very successful year for us coming up.
Well, I know for everything I know about the Hallandale Beach Civic Association, you have done some amazing work. But I want to indulge into that a little bit later on in this particular broadcast, because I do know for all of the work you've done, and I know firsthand you've done some amazing work. Trust me, and it's showing. And I want to say, as a resident of Hallandale, I want to say thank you for everything that you have done, because it's not something you get paid to do. It's something that you just do, out of kindness of your heart, and that's an amazing thing, because you don't have a lot of people that want to give back. You don't have a lot of people that even desire to give back. So just to take out your time when you can be home relaxing, you're retired, I know this type of things. So to be able to give back, we want to say thank you. Now, I want to get right into it. The question I have for either one of you, what is the Hallandale Beach Civic Association?
Well, I started in 2004. I had a member, and they appointed me as the financial secretary. And after that, I went into the treasury, and but that was fine. But I came in, like I was saying, it's not all about the Martin Luther King event. It's about other things that we need to do in Hallandale Beach to help other people, especially our students, and different function that we can come about and do, which we didn't do as much as we thought we could, because over the years, people stopped coming and things got out of hand. But we came back and we stayed here. We stayed here and to try to build it up again.
Right.
So now I'm in the process of now we getting a office.
Wow.
Office, and we have it's the room over there that we can utilize for our meetings. And this is at the old Gulfstream Middle School.
Okay.
Yes, and that was the school that was closed down.
Yes.
And now we got the place, and we just ready to go in to that over there to have our meetings and different function,
Okay.
everything. So we looking at just need our prayers and things that we can continue to do this and getting the people to come out, because we just don't want to be in the Northwest. We want to be all over, because this is a community
Exactly.
and getting people to get involved with this, because it's really a nice city
Yes,
for us
it
to
is.
do things, and we got to show them that we are capable of doing these things over here in not only in the Northwest, the Southwest, the Northeast,
Right.
Southeast. This is what it's all about. Yeah.
Okay. So the Civic Association is supposed to be like is it a support team, or what is the fabric of the association? What is the main objective for the city association?
Well, basically, since I've kind of restored and got myself back into the Civic Association, as I said before, I'm the membership
Yes.
chair, and our goal really is to restore, reclaim, and rebuild
Wow.
the Civic Association. And
Restore, reclaim, and rebuild. I like
yes, that. Yes, we are definitely going to have an event that's upcoming, which is this upcoming Wednesday. We have our meetings, which are the fourth Wednesday of every month.
Okay, so let me pause for here. So if anyone wants to join, could they just walk in and say, hey, I want to be a part?
Of course.
So the meetings are every fourth?
Every fourth Wednesday at Foster Park.
Okay, every fourth Wednesday at Foster Park for now, because I know we're getting another building. Okay.
Right now, until we are able to move into the other area, or either just utilize both areas, because we don't want to miss out on people coming to our meetings here. We do have the Foster Park facility.
Okay.
We also are teaming up, and this is something that our main reason for coming this evening is to really promote our meeting, because we really are striving, I guess, as I said before, is to restore, reclaim, and rebuild the Civic Association, but to also not just to be, as Ms. Stoner had indicated, to be that person that's visible during the MLK by doing the parade and also being a part of the park, but to do something that's very essential and is needed for the community, and that's going to be on Friday. We do have a flyer, and the flyer it kind of indicates to the community as far as what we are doing, and we kind of shared this, but we're just kind of holding it up a little bit, and it talks about your vote matters.
Right.
And this is where we are teaming up with the Women of Voters, League of Women Voters.
Okay.
They're going to come out on Friday at 6:30 at the Foster Park.
Okay.
This upcoming Friday, to talk about the actual voting. Voting is so important, and I think a lot of our people in our community, we want to come out, but sometimes we don't. Oh, my vote doesn't count. That one vote does not count.
Right.
But it really does. And so we are encouraging all of the listeners and all of the viewers out on Facebook and all of your other channels of social media to come out in droves on Friday. Because this upcoming election is so important, Minister Javon Rembrandt, because of the fact that there is going to be approximately 80 pages, close to 80, sometimes in between there, between 40, I'm going to say the lowest 40, the most about 80 pages of verbiage that you're going to have to go through to even get to complete your actual voting process. And so what we need to do is be prepared. We need to be prepared for this, and the League of Women Voters will be there to help us through this process. Not only are they going to be talking about that, but we're also wanting people to make sure their status. This upcoming year, 2018, if you have not voted in 2016 or 2015, and this is a circular, this is how it works. If you have an absentee ballot and you have not voted in the prior years, it's a strong possibility that your status will be rolled off, which means that when
So
you
that
try to
means-
go out,
Okay, hold on, let me make sure we have this right. First of all, I want to make sure I put a pin in this right now. So it's very important that if you live in the city of Hallandale, or you know someone that lives in the city of Hallandale, please get out on Friday. Let me get this real fast so I can make sure okay, it's no problem. I'm gonna make sure I put the color copy. I want to post this up on the end of the segment because I feel that this is something very important again. So this is going to be this Wednesday. That's tomorrow.
this Wednesday we'll have our
It's our
general
regular
meeting.
It's a general meeting.
General meeting,
meeting.
Okay.
however, on Friday
Right.
is something that we're calling it a get out to vote rally.
Okay.
That's exactly what we're calling it, where we're wanting the people in the community, and not just Hallandale.
Right.
We want people from across this county, even if it's from as far away as West Palm Beach or Broward or Miami-Dade, to come and make sure that they're checking their status.
Okay, so and that's something very good for me, and I feel that's very important, especially to everyone. As you just heard her say, it doesn't matter if you're actually in Hallandale. So you can live in West Park, Hollywood,
It does not
Adania.
matter.
It doesn't matter. As long as you're in Broward County, come on out, you know, and let's find out the information. Now, I must say again, if you're in the city of Hallandale, now I have a question for this. Now, I do know in the city of West Park, I was asked to be a part of the Community Development Corporation, which is very similar to the CDC. Now, what happened if there's a resident or a person who used to live in Hallandale? Let's say they got married and moved to West Park or Hollywood. Could they join the Civic Association, still and be a part of the Civic Association, or you have to be a Hallandale resident?
Well, in a case, you can be a part of it, but you cannot hold an office.
Okay,
You
and
can
that's
be a
fair.
part. You can be a part of it, but you have to be a resident to be on the board.
Okay,
Executive
okay, so
board.
you have to
Okay.
be on board. So I just want to make sure we put a pin in there. So because it's very good information. Now, if you want to be a part of it, then they let you know now. Everybody has the opportunity to be a member of this particular organization who's doing some dynamic, amazing, off the charts work for this community, especially, and I don't call it, you know, I'm very transparent, for the African American residents here in this area. I know, you know, you may not be able to say that, but I could. So I want to say this, you're doing some very strong work for us over here in this area, so you need help.
Yeah, we need help.
You need help.
And that,
Okay.
in order to join, well, our fee is $25 a year, and somehow, you know, people say, what, $25 a year? It don't
Right.
mean a whole, but you got to be, if you're going to be a part of it, you have to $25 to join. Okay.
Now, let me get some more information about Friday, because you said something about the pages. So, Miss Gordon, the information, because I know myself, I'm very guilty of this. I don't follow people. I don't really divulge into what they can offer. I kind of call you, I call him, I call her, I call them, and say, hey man, what you know about this person? And then the person said, oh, this person is very, very good. Like, do you know any people that's kind of running for office right now that we need to kind of pay attention to?
Well, most definitely. We have the circuit court judges. Those are important, very important campaign
Yes.
that we need to look at.
Yes.
One in particular, we have a young woman who's running. We also have I think there's also a male who's running for circuit court judge.
Okay.
They're not competing against one another, but we do need to make sure that this African American woman,
Right.
she will be that individual that will, I'm not sure if I can say her name, that's the reason why I'm saying African American woman.
Well, tell me her name so I can be able to say it. And I'm just being honest with you, because this is some things that I don't know, you know. And here on DBN, I understand, there's leaps and bounds and things that you have to be careful of when it comes down to the Civic Association.
Yes,
but as far as the Distinct Broadcast Network family, we are trying to make sure we get the word out to the people of God. So I would gladly say her name, and her name is...
Stephanie Moon.
Miss Stephanie Moon, I stand behind Stephanie Moon for everybody, and she's running for a circuit court judge. And I want to make sure I say this because what people
Number 38.
Number 38, and thank you for saying that too, because that's very important. And the reason why I say that is this, and again, we're just talking. We always look at everybody want to run to the polls when it's time to vote for president. You know, let me just put it out there, you know, I was guilty of that. But when it came down to the preliminaries and when it came down to the little local things for us to vote on, I wasn't doing it. You know, I'll be honest with you. I was like, okay, whatever. They're going to get in and do what they want to do anyway. And I was one of the people saying, okay, my vote didn't count. But yeah, exactly, which the vast majority of us would do that, you know. However, when I kind of realized this, it's so many people before you get to the president, and there's a lot of people that if we don't be careful, we're out here just checking off names, are not going to vote at all. And so that's why, you know, we're in this predicament that we're in right now, because we're not taking full advantage of our rights that we have bestowed upon us. So I want to say, get out there and vote. You know, again, Stephanie got my vote. Okay, she definitely had my vote.
Yeah, and then have the other guy, Curry. I met him. I can't think. I forgot to bring the other stuff I had.
Okay.
I forgot to put it in my folder here. But Friday, she's going to get those people who names change, the address change, first-time voters.
Okay.
That's what she's going to have. And come back September, she says she's going to come back and tell us what's going to be on the ballot.
Wow.
There's going to be a lot of stuff on that ballot. Everything. You know, she's going to explain that to us, what's going to be done about this person that you know, what the school board is asking for, a lot of things, you know, come in September, but she's not going to do for the August running.
Absolutely.
Okay, because it's a whole lot, she said.
Okay, and that's some good stuff to know. So again, Friday, listen, if you just want to stop by real fast on your way home from work, make sure, and I'm going to keep, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this because I want to help you get this word out there. And again, I'm going to post this actual flyer at the end of the segment. And tonight, when I actually go back on tonight and do the podcast, I will make sure I keep this commercial running because I feel that it's very, very, very important for us to make sure that we get this word out.
And the reason why we're doing this at this time is because July the 30th is the deadline.
Yes.
Wow.
July the 30th is the deadline for anybody to make any type of changes, to register to vote, to, you know, of course you can look at your status, but if you need to change anything with your for the primary. Now the primary based on our flyer there is August the 28th. That's really really an important date. August the 28th is an important date because if we don't get out to vote for the primary, that means our candidate may not make it to the November
election.
And so that's why it's so important for us to come out and really, you know, I call myself a community servant.
Right, absolutely.
And I say that because I have a serving heart. And not only do I want to serve people, but I want to inspire people to realize that we have a lot of people who died for this particular right to vote. And we have to go out and utilize this in a way that it's going to bring up, we're talking about generations that's coming behind us.
Absolutely.
You know, Chargers, you know, we had such a fight
right
in the 70s for our school,
exactly,
so that our school can stay. And so I'm really asking Chargers and business community people and leaders and ministers and little children that, hey, mommy, did you vote today? I mean, really kind of push it. And Hallandale was a strong fighting community, and we really want that fighting Charger to come up in all of us that we know that could be there. That's why we're having this event again, so that we are equipped to know what's going on, to make sure that, you know, we are intelligent when we go into that ballot and we've got all our stuff, and we know that if I requested for my absentee ballot again on July the 30th is your last time to do that for the primary election. You might have another opportunity for doing it in November, but again, we want our candidates to be in the November election. If they don't come out, people don't come out to vote, that we just kind of pass it by. So we're encouraging people to really, really come out and really be that fighting person that we know they are. We know that this community just needs to ask someone to ask them to do something. And so we're asking and begging you, please, to come out on Friday to get educated, and also tell your friends and family and whomever. We have a beautiful facility over here that we need to utilize.
Absolutely.
And the Community Civic Association is going to utilize that important place on Friday. We're transforming that hall into a get out to vote rally, and the League of Women Voters are coming out and they're helping us to do this.
And I want to make sure we say that we want to give a shout out, a proper shout out to the League of Women's Voters.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure we do that. And again, Friday, please get out and let's make something happen.
But you know, like you said, we need the people to come, because if you don't come and you go to the poll that you're supposed to be serving, the vote in,
Yes.
and your name doesn't come on there, you won't be able to vote.
Now, let me ask a question, and I'm so glad you said that, Ms. Stoner. If any one of you can answer this question, how do one find out if they're registered or maybe they moved to another zone? Is there any website that they can go?
Yes. What you need to do is, if you got to fill that form out,
Okay.
and make sure that you are in there. When you use your driver license and you come to the poll to vote, and they say, well, you're supposed to be over in Dania voting, you can't vote. Then you got to go to Dania and vote. So now it's the time for you to get everything correct now before November. Because when they had the last election, you'd be surprised at people
Who was turned around? I
who
heard
turned
that.
around.
I heard that. I heard it was a very high count.
You couldn't vote, and that's really bad. It's really bad when they do that. Get your priority together. If you move, get to change the address. Go down and get it correct. And this is what it's all about for Friday night.
Okay.
If you move, your name change, come on. Get this done. Because the last election in Hallandale, it was only 2,000 votes. And that's why this guy won. He won.
Wow.
So, and half of it, I mean, a lot of people didn't come out and vote. They didn't know nothing about
I
it.
think it was less than 100 people over in this community.
It
that
was,
voted.
no, it was.
Yes, I heard that. I heard it was
Yeah.
less than 100 people.
Less than 100
and I want to make sure again,
at the Foster Park precinct,
which is northwest section of Hallandale.
it was less than 100 people.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
yes.
amazing.
Oh,
That's
yes.
sad.
Mhm.
And again, that's why we're in this situation that we're in right now. All because we didn't get out and vote.
They didn't.
And I want to give a shout out. I'll put a quick plug in here to the women of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, not only the Southbound alumni chapter, but to all of the members of Delta Sigma Theta for even making it possible. Because I do remember the Women's Suffrage March, which they took part in to make it possible
Yes, make it
for
possible.
even women, especially not only black women, but all women
All
to vote.
women,
So I
yes.
do want to give a special shout out to the women of Delta Sigma Theta for doing such an amazing job in doing that to make it happen. Now, I want to get into something else here. Now, I do know we have the meeting tomorrow, which again, tomorrow's the 25th. I don't know how many times this is going to air. And when you or the viewers may get a chance to see this, but tomorrow's the 25th, and they're going to have a Civic Association meeting in which you can join the Civic Association. As you heard previously in this podcast and broadcast, that is only $25 for the complete year. And they need you. They need you. I know one thing. I can't say I'm going to be to every meeting, but I would definitely sign up for the Civic Association and give my $25 donation, because if it's only $25, I don't mind doing it. And whatever I can do to help move this city along, I'm definitely going to do it.
Okay, we got to understand now. I know you mentioned about them coming out, but we only had a limited space. So we can't have a whole lot of people, as you stated, because we cannot utilize the library. We have a room, but it's only for a certain amount of people. So we hope that they can come out on Friday. They still can join on Friday.
Okay,
on
okay,
Friday.
okay.
To make this, because we don't want to be no disruption with the park.
Okay,
Because of
okay.
Procedure.
Okay.
This is what I was told, and we don't want to be outside doing this.
Okay, no, hey, listen.
We are homeowners and we pay taxes, and we don't want to do that. Okay, I definitely don't want to do that. But we don't want to run the people away. But if they can't come Friday,
Come
and
tomorrow,
we have
come
everything set
Friday.
up where they can find out about the voting, They can find out about what the community civilization, how to join, and how to go about doing those things.
Yes, we
can do that.
We
Yes,
have a membership drive.
Right. Yes.
On
Okay.
Friday as well. At
Yeah.
the community. We have our regular scheduled meeting on Wednesday, but we will have a membership drive on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah,
People
so we're
can
trying
sign
to
up.
prepare ourselves for the fall, and we're running a little late right now with this because we have a breakfast coming up, and for that Monday.
And that's just what I was going to ask.
Yes.
What is coming up next? I know we have this. What else is the Civic Association have plans on doing?
Yeah, we're working on for the event for Martin Luther King event.
Okay.
Because I'm in charge of the breakfast and the vendors.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm working on this, and I'm trying to get things done for that particular time, and it's going to be on the 12th of January 2019.
Okay.
It's out on the date for the breakfast of that weekend for the Martin Luther King event. So we're gonna have it, and that's good. And we got time enough. We can do some other things in between there while we're waiting to do this for the. And I can tell you about the Leon Clark is handling the parade.
Okay.
And that's $25 for that. If you want to have your vehicle or your float in there, it's only $25. And this goes towards the scholarship.
Okay.
We do have
And
a
that's the
scholarship.
question I was just getting ready to ask.
We do have a scholarship for Hallandale High residents. The kids have to be in Hallandale, have to live in Hallandale. And I'm sorry to say that, but I hope, they understand what we are doing. And this is what is in the bylaws, what we have done.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can say that I was actually a recipient way back in '96 of the scholarship.
very
Yes.
good, very good.
So I know the money is being put to use. So now that is something I'm glad you brought up, Ms. Stoner, because I know in the past people just kind of came to the parade and they had their cars already decorated. They just drove up and was hopping in the parade. No, there's an application, and then there's also a $25 fee that must be paid before you can actually hop in the parade. Don't just drive up in there doing what you want to do. Understand that you have to pay $25 to make it happen, okay?
And I'm quite sure we're going to, with Kinnear, we're having a flyer so we can pass them out again.
Okay.
So they'll be understanding about that, because that goes for the scholarship. We don't put that in our pocket. It goes to help with the scholarship.
Exactly. So all of this going towards scholarships, and that's
and even the breakfast
that's a great
does
thing.
that. Yeah, the breakfast for the scholarship, and that's how we're going to try to raise our money. You okay?
Okay, now let me tackle this, the breakfast, because I do want to backpedal to go back to something before we get to January. But I want to ask this question: where is the breakfast being held?
Okay, we at the Culture Center.
The Hallandale Beach Culture
The
Center.
Culture Center,
Okay,
yes.
okay. All
Yes,
right, so you already know nothing kind of be half stepping at the Culture Center. So
Yeah.
come to be.
It's usually very nice.
Yeah, I would say come to expect something very nice.
We try to do that because we used to have the luncheon, and we had a good time for the luncheon, and we had the luncheon, and then we had the dinner light.
Yes.
But now we came back and say we do the breakfast and see how that come about, and I think it is coming about. We just gonna have somebody to come in and make sure some great people come and do our speaking for us, and to give us some entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, I mean, listen, even if you get all of the churches in Hallandale to get 10 members out of every church, just in the Hallandale area alone. And again, it does not have to be only for the Northwest section. You have a lot of churches everywhere.
Yeah.
So if just the church members or churches can hey, sponsor 10 tickets for this particular luncheon, that would be a great number. Now, let me backpedal. Before we get to January, I know Ms. Gordon, you and I had spoke about something that we want to do for Hallandale High School, because I am a Charger at heart, and I bleed maroon. However, special shout out. But I want to say we are getting ready for another major milestone for Hallandale, because all of this is entwined together. City of Hallandale, Hallandale Beach Community Civic Association, and the school are all in collaboration. We're doing some major things as far as a partnership is concerned. So what is going to happen for homecoming?
Well, I am excited about homecoming because this year,
Yes.
Hallandale High is 45 years.
Wow.
I mean, that is such a major milestone. And of course, we talked about that at my class reunion. and that we, as the class of 78, of course, we were the first graduating class of the new school, and I cannot leave out the class of 77. The class of 77 was the first graduating class, but they were not able to participate and be a part of the new school. So we, of course, we can never forget about what the milestones that they've done as far as picking the colors and doing all those wonderful things. And of course, the class of 78, we came in and we also did what we had to do. We continued that fight. So as a first graduating class, we want to do and we want to start off a tradition, and that is really to really make the homecoming, this upcoming homecoming, to be very spectacular, and we're encouraging all of the classes to come out. Hopefully, not hopefully, but it will be sometime within the next couple of weeks. There will be an Eventbrite page. We're calling that Charger Check-In, and we're going to have all the chargers to check in for the classes, and also there will be an opportunity, of course, for everyone to, if they can, this is a memorable shirt for everyone to purchase their Straight Out of Hallandale.
Okay.
Straight Out of Hallandale shirt, and the reason why we're calling it a commemorative shirt, because it has all of the classes that have ever graduated so far from Hallandale High School.
I even see the class of 2018 listed on here, so that's
2018 is there. So because they are now alumni.
Exactly.
And so we have these classes of shirts here, and we also have our prayer. And the prayer is something that Mr. Lewis would always do. We would have our football games, basketball games, and there was something else I did not mention, that our class of our girls, we're the state champions on 2 years back to back, of class of 77 and also the class of 78, and of course I was on the basketball team. But I'm just really excited because this is something that held us together. And we fought for this school.
Yes.
And we want people to understand that we're coming back, and we're coming back strong. And class of the homecoming 45, we want it to be as spectacular as all the classes. We want all those classes to come back and get their shirts. And also there's another version of the shirt that actually has your year on it. So if you're a class of 77, 78, 79, you can always order those shirts. Now, in order for you to get those shirts, you can always kind of hit me up on the Instagram, Cunia _ that's QUNEA _ Charger. I have an Instagram account there, and people can always reach out to me in there as well. And then, of course, I can provide you with my phone number at a later date. But it is just amazing. I'm so excited about this because we cannot let 2018 go by and we don't celebrate our wonderful school for 45 years. That is a major milestone.
I wanna pause again real fast and put a quick plug in here. You said it's 45 years.
45
now,
years.
I do know this. 2 years ago, myself kind of, picked up the inspiration. Like, I know for a fact, like Dillard High School,
always.
Blanche Ely High School, these are schools that's in the local area. Northwestern, these schools kind of come together and it's a big hoopla, a whole a tailgating party, then the game, and then the alumni dance, and then the kids have their dance, and then you have the whole parade, and then it's almost like a whole weekend festival that goes on to celebrate at their particular institutions. Now, 2 years ago, Hallandale High School did it, and it was off the chain. I want to be honest with you. We had so much fun. The game was jam-packed. We had DJ out there tailgating going on. People was out there cooking, the grilling, and it was fun. It was spectacular. Bounce house. The kids was enjoying it. So I would love for that to happen again, because I do remember even going back out there marching with the band, and it was fun. It was
had a great time.
It was amazing to get Lamont Snyder back out there with the band, and so I'm going to join forces with you to see whatever I can do to kind of make that happen again, because I partner with you on that, and I say that because it's very important for us to recognize 45 years, and the truth of the matter is, Hallandale High School, that school has been going through so many trials and tribulations,
Yes.
and they've been trying to shut Hallandale High School down. And if we're
Yes.
not careful, it's going to happen very soon. Pay attention to what's going on. They already shut down Hallandale Adult Center. You know what I mean? They done shut that down now. And so if we're not careful, we're going to be next. So I want to ask, and I believe this is an excellent spot right now to plug this in again. Hey, if you graduated from Hallandale High School or you know someone that has, let's get that word out there starting now. October 26th is homecoming, and
45.
we want 45, and we want to be in the building. I do know I have a lot of people in my networking that can help promote this, and I'm going to ask them to do so. Like I could call off one off the top of my head, Maintain. He would do his thing in helping us promote this. I want to get with them to see whatever we can make happen. I will get on the phone now. Get on the phone with first of all with the principal, because we have to make sure we follow protocol, and let's see if we can get get this thing, as the kids say, pumping and jumping again, where we can make sure that it's a packed house, because 45 is amazing.
Major. It's a major. And it's interesting that you say that about the principal, because this upcoming Sunday, and hopefully all of your listening audiences will be able to see, can they attend, but Pastor Sanders, he is having Charger Day at his church, and his church is located right in the complex of, right there off of 6th Avenue, Hallandale and 6th Avenue, right in the corner there, Higher Vision Ministries.
Yes.
He's having Charger Day there as well, and I think more than likely the principal is going to show up there as well. So we'll have an opportunity to kind of talk with him about our plans and what we're doing. I'm excited, I really am, because this is how most of the schools in this community, this is how we operate, and this is how we need that pride to come back, because when you're fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, something deep down inside of you starts to stir up, and it says, hey, if I'm fighting for my school, I want to fight for my community.
Exactly.
I want to make a difference.
Exactly.
I'd like to say something. Because I drove the school bus for over 30-some years.
Right.
And every driver wanted to drive from Hallandale High.
Right. It's
I'm
a special
serious.
school.
I'm saying it was a good school.
Yes.
We was the first. That was the first school that came in with the what you call it, the program. I can't remember exactly what it was.
The Magnum program?
Magnum, that's right.
Yes,
Magnum
yes,
program.
yes.
We had a driver went all the way up to Deerfield to bring kids back to Hallandale High.
Wow.
Yes. And I love going to Hallandale, honey. Going to pick up my kids. Yes. And we used to fight.
Yes.
Oh, you can't take my kids. Those are my kids. It was so much of fun. Driving from Hallandale High.
Wow, and that's an amazing thing, because, I hate to say it now, but, a lot of people don't want their kids going to Hallandale. But I think because
it's a wonderful school.
It is an amazing school, and being a principal myself, I can honestly say that Hallandale is an excellent school.
And you got to have a principal that's going to be dedicated.
And I believe they have one now.
To say that, because before they didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing. When you try to bring something there, it wasn't their thing that you brought it in, and they didn't recognize you. They didn't want to help you. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. Like you say, we fought, because I was there too.
Well,
even though I drove the bus, I was up there to the meetings. Yes, I was.
Yeah, and you were a part of the Hallandale Alumni Friends Association.
I was a parent at that time.
That's right. I think what it is that in order to service this community and service the school in this area, you have to understand, as I say to my staff all the time, the school have to be a ministry first. Then you can educate kids. So once you know the fabric behind the school, then you will know what you're working on and working in, and then you'll be able to appreciate it. But if you don't recognize the fabric of the school, then you're not going to be able to believe that.
Mr. Drummond, I finished from it was Lanier Junior High at the time.
Exactly.
That was in 55. We had to pass South Broward in order to get to Adams.
Yes.
And I was so proud. Well, even though South Broward was over there on US 1.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't have no kids going over there.
Right.
No kids going over there, but we made it. We did a lot at Adams High.
And to be honest
most
with you,
of our kids came from West Park. It was called College Ranch.
Right,
there, and Dania. Oh man, we come together.
Exactly.
Oh yes, we came together.
And and that's one thing I can honestly say that I recognize. I don't care where you see an addicts graduate at, they stand strong about their school pride. And I want to say that I think again I want to go back to the fabric of the school, because once you recognize the fabric, because if they knew the charge's prayer,
yes.
if
God is willing,
we shall woo them. They shall fall to our feet and they shall not rise.
Charge us.
If they knew that, guess what? Then they'll understand it. Then they'll be able to recognize it and then grow to respect it.
Yes.
It's a problem when you don't know what you're carrying. It's a problem when you don't understand what you're working on. It's a problem when you don't recognize, when you are. So what was happening is, even as you spoke about the past principals, they never took the chance or the time to recognize the fabric of the school. But what I come to realize is, and I want to call him Dr. Howard, and I know he's working on it, but Mr. Howard took the time to sit down with myself and wanted to learn history about the school. And to me, that spoke volumes, because now you don't only want to come in here and get a check. You want to be able to recognize, say, hey, hold on. What was some of the things that made this school move? The marching band made the school move. The chorus made the school move. The drama club made the school move. The basketball team made the school move. The band made the school move. The automotive department made the school move. The broadcasting made the school move. The football team made the school move. Even the cheerleaders made the school move. Myself being a dance instructor, the dance line made the school move. Everything came together. Even something as far as the chess club, the swimming team, the baseball team. It took every individual component to build that school to be an essential part to make Hallandale High School bleed the way that it bleeds. Yes, however, when you have past principals beginning to start to strip out the things in the school began to crumble. So I really want to go back and say I commend you, Ms. Gordon, on trying to bring that Charger spirit back to the community like you have always been doing, even since years past with the Alumni and Friends Association. I want to say, again, I partner with you to help make 45 a great year. And I believe, as you said, once people see the school picking up, the spirit picking up, I honestly believe it'll flow over to the Civic Association. Yes. I really believe it will. Now, I know we've been on here for a while. We're getting ready to wrap it up. Now, is there anything else? I know we have the actual Charger homecoming on the 26th. I do know of October. That's right. But again, I want to, like I said, I'm keep plugging this in. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, on tomorrow, if you're in the city of Hallandale or surrounding areas and you want to join the Civic Association, as you heard, they have limited space for a meeting time tomorrow. But tomorrow at 6:30, it will be at Foster Park, which is located off of 6th Avenue and Foster Road in the city of Hallandale. Also, make your way on Friday night. Get there, be there, tell somebody, hit the share button on all my social media networks. Again, I will make sure I put the flyer up at the end of this particular broadcast. Now, if you do not have a telephone number to contact Miss Cunia Gordon, like she said, you can see Miss Cunia Gordon located on Instagram. Now, if you have a problem finding her on Instagram, I will make sure I put the Distinct Broadcast Network's telephone number up. Give me a call and I will make sure I put you in contact with Miss Gordon. It is important that we get out and register to vote. If you're not registered, check those ballots. Like you say, hey, listen, you just heard her say there's going to be a lot of information that's going to be handed out at this event on Friday. So please make plans to be there. It's important that you do. Again, check your status.
Yes.
Check your status. Also, don't be like myself. Be proactive. Find out who is on this particular upcoming ballot, because as you just heard her say, that if you do not get out in the preliminary and vote, then don't expect to come out in November and make something happen, because if we don't vote for our people who we want to be on the ballot for November, they won't be there. So if we want to take power back, if we want to stop all of these things that's happening in our African American and surrounding communities, because because again, it's not only happening in the African American community, it's happening all over.
Yes, it
with
is.
its police brutality, with jobs, with incomes, with losing homes, housing, all of these things, even when it comes down to the whole crime rate. Guess what? If we put the right lawyers, or excuse me, right judges in office, then we could possibly slow down this whole mass incarceration act that's going on right now. So we have the power. Get registered to vote if you need to know what's going on. Again, this upcoming Friday, they're begging you to come out along with the League of Women Voters. They're trying to make democracy work. So please come out and come join and find out what's going on. Again, this event is taking place this coming Friday. That's right, 6:30 p.m. at Foster Park, which is located in Hallandale. Again, and this is July the 27th. And after that, we're going to turn up at the 45th Chargers celebration for homecoming. And make plans to be a part of the City of Hallandale Martin Luther King Festival. Again, we have the breakfast. This time we're not doing lunch, they're doing a breakfast that's going to take place on the 12th, and then we're going to have the actual it's going to be at the Hallandale Culture Arts Center, and then we will celebrate the MLK parade on that Monday. Again, if you don't have your Charger shirt straight out of Hallandale, make sure you get with me. I'm going to make sure we post it up there, try to get you to purchase your shirt. I'm just going over everything because, again, brothers and sisters, as always, it's my mission, it's my assignment by God to get the word of God out to the people of God. And sometimes people get it twisted. I ain't talking about only preaching. I'm talking about getting involved. Because when you get involved, you learn that you'll be able to embrace, you'll be able to empower, and you'll be able to equip people with the word of God. And that's very important. So, again, to Ms. Gordon and Ms. Stoner, I want to say I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out to share this amazing information here on the Civic Broadcast Network. Again, I myself will be joining the Civic Association. I would definitely give my $25 and my application, as well as my service, because money don't move without service. So I will make sure whatever I can do to make some things happen, I'm going to do it. As well, I'm going to give a $100 donation to the Civic Association to go in the scholarship fund on behalf of the Civic Broadcast Network, and I'll be writing a check out tonight for that. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure I don't cut y'all off. Is there anything else y'all want to say? Anything else? We have applications. Listen, I will make sure that you have a way to get the application for the Civic Association.
We do have an application. I wrote those.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that we have some type of way that you can put it up. And what I'm gonna do we have a website? Is it a web? I'm saying we, like I'm already a part, y'all.
Well, they're working on the website. We do have one, but it's not in order.
Okay.
He's working on the website. And as soon as we get it, we're gonna post it out.
Okay.
Everyone, okay.
So as soon as you get the website, then let me know, and I'll make sure I put a link on all of the social media networks. Again, we are on YouTube, we are on Tumblr, we are on Spreaker, SoundCloud, and iHeartRadio, as well as YouTube, I think I said. And then we also have our website. All my listeners know it is www.distincttalk.com. And then I also have my personal ministry page, which is jhrembertministries.com. So I will put the link for all on there, and then hopefully I can download this application where they can begin to fill out the application if they want to become a member.
I want to ask a question. Does Hallandale have the band set up?
The band, to my understanding, they're getting ready for the band this year. It is coming. So hey, make sure you get out and join the band, please, because we do need members.
We need the band, yes.
Yeah, we do. We need the band.
And because what we normally does, we the best bands, we give out trophies.
That's right.
Trophies too.
That's right. I want to make sure I put a plug. Thank you for reminding me. We have the drumline competition and the actual battle of the bands at the end of the parade. So hey, make plans to get there. I feel in my spirit to give a shout out. My brother will be coming home very soon, Mr. Rogers, and I know he will get back to contacting the bands like he used to try to make the battle of the band portion be a great success. But again, I want to say thank you to all of my listeners. Thank you for tuning in again. I want to tell you thank you to all my Facebook friends that's live right now. Hit that share button for me and help us get this awesome word out. Again, giving respects to the League of Women Voters for making it happen, to the Hallandale Beach Civic Association, and each and every last one of you. I want to tell everybody thank you. God bless you and good night.
Good
Good night. Good night. Thank you.